Okay, good morning. Welcome to
FunMath187.
FunMath number 187. So today we're looking at the 1992 AMC8, problem number 19. And this problem is a type of problem that gives you a huge amount of trouble, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is, Khan Academy actually has some cool stuff on these where they do some fence posts. But here, so this is like a fence post problem. The exits on a highway are at least 2 miles apart. Exits 11 and 34 are 58 miles apart. What is the largest possible gap between any two exits, between these two exits? Okay, so I probably didn't write this very well, actually. I should have copied the problem exactly. So we're trying to figure out if the exits are at least 2 miles apart and exit 11 and 34 are 58 miles apart, what's the largest possible gap between any of the two exits as you're driving from exit 11 to 34? Okay. Do you understand the problem?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me what's a very good way to start on a problem like this.
Well, you can make a simpler problem.
Okay, this is a complicated problem. Show me an easy problem.
If we just made 11 to 12.
Okay, so if this was from 11 to 12, what would the answer be?
There's one gap.
There's one gap, and so it would therefore be
58 miles.
58 miles. So from 11 to 12, it would be forced to be 58 miles. Okay, that's helpful. What's next?
Now 11 to 13, we'd have a 2 and a 56.
11, 12, 13. If we're trying to make the largest gap as large as possible, if we're trying to make the other gaps small, that'd be 2, and this would be 56. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Make sense?
Yeah.
All right. What's the next? You draw out for me the next easiest problem.
In the picture?
Yeah. Make a picture.
Well,
Don't stand in front of it, though.
we have 11, 12, 13, and 14.
Okay.
So we want this to be 2, 2, and 54.
2, 2, and 54. Okay, great. Now, this should give us enough to make the 11 to 34. What do we need to figure out first?
First, we need to figure out the number of exits there are.
Okay.
There's 24 because 1 to 34 is 34 and 1 to 10 is 10. So we subtract and we get 24.
Okay, so just like here, from 11 to 14, there was 1, 2, 3, 4. And what you're saying is actually a good way to think about it. There's 14 numbers that go from 1 to 14, and we're missing 10 of them. So there must be 4 numbers here. So how many gaps are there when there's 4 numbers?
There's 3 gaps.
Okay. How many numbers are there from 11 to 34?
24.
So how many gaps are there?
There's 23 gaps.
There's 23 gaps. Okay. So what are we going to do now that we've learned there's 23 gaps?
Well, we need to have 22 of them made a 2.
Okay.
And then we need the last gap, or any gap in the middle, to be, well, 22 times 2 is 44.
Okay.
And then we have to get it up to 58.
So how are we going to do that?
Well, it's going to be 14.
Okay, there you go. So we're going to have 22 2s and 1 14. So this is a very difficult counting problem. The best thing to do is draw some pictures of some simpler problems first, just so you can understand it. Okay, and that helps understand the problem. Okay, good job.